What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in again this week. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future content. Now, in this week's video, we're going to be stepping away from a lot of the Unreal Engine stuff that I've been doing. And because I've noticed that as my Discord community grows, while we do have a lot of people who do game audio or just sound design in general, we have an increasing number of people who also work on music. So in an effort to be as inclusive as possible to all of my audio friends, this week we're going to be taking a look at how to do delay throws. So hopefully that'll kind of help with your music mixing. This is a series that I do want to kind of start. So if there's any other editing or mixing and music techniques that you'd like to see, let me know in the comments below. And if you'd like to be a part of that Sound Effects Guy Discord server, you'll find a link in the description as well. So with that being said, let's get started. So before we dive into delay throws, we first need to understand what a delay throw is. So delay in music is when we have a piece of audio and we simply cause it to play later. Most of the time, this is done through the use of a delay plugin. And a delay throw is where we take just a snippet of that audio and then cause it to play later while still playing the main track over top of it. Now, I'm going to show two different methods in this video. The first method is going to be for any DAW that has send automation, such as Pro Tools, Reaper, things like that. The second one is going to be for any DAW that doesn't have send automation, for example, Audacity. So we're going to be taking a look. I'm going to use Pro Tools, but again, this is kind of universal across any DAW that has send automation. And then I'll actually pull up Audacity and show you how to get this exact same effect in a DAW that doesn't. So we're here in Pro Tools, and the song that you see on the screen is a song that I downloaded from Epidemic Sound. And one of the reasons that I like Epidemic Sound is because not only does it allow me to download music for my YouTube videos, but it also allows me to download stems. Now, it's not the full multi-track, it is just the subgroups mixed out. So for example, we've got our vocal track, we've got a bass track, some drums, and then other instruments. And this is a song that we're going to be putting a delay throw on.
Every moment tonight, they led me to you. Every single time you look at me, I lose it too. Why don't you come sit next to me? Let things happen naturally, like it used to be. I don't wanna go and waste another day.
So you can hear how we've got a female vocalist. It's kind of more of a chill piece. But there's a section right here after she says, like it used to be, where we have this gap and it feels very empty, and it does start to glide into the drop. I use drop loosely because it's not like a full like EDM drop, but it is the comeback beat. So what I'm going to do is when she says like it used to be, I'm going to take just the word be and I'm going to do a delay throw on it. So because a delay throw uses send automation, what we first need to do is on our send track, we are going to create a new track, and I'm just going to call this delay throw. And I am going to bring that up to Unity. And so what we need to do now is we need to find just the word be, which I'm pretty sure is right here.
Be.
Okay. So we're going to take that and we just want to select that word. And so what we're going to do is we're going to drop down our automation timeline here on that vocal track. And we're going to select our level, and this is our send to this delay channel. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and drop this entire thing down because we only want to send the word B. We'll bring this back up to 0. All right, so as we're playing, and you'll be able to see it here on the delay track meter, that as soon as she says the word B, you'll see the levels there and you won't see anything else.
Happen naturally, like it used to be.
All right, so it did get a little louder because technically it is doubling that first word. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put a delay on here. And I've got this synced to the tempo. That way it happens in a syncopated fashion. So we're just going to throw like a slapback delay on it. And because we're syncing this to the tempo, what we can do now is select how often that delay happens. So I'm just going to go ahead and give this a quarter note. And I'm going to go ahead and close this. So now when she says like it used to be, you're going to hear that B effect as affected by that delay.
Why don't you come sit next to me? Let things happen naturally, like it used to be. I don't wanna go.
So it's real subtle, but it cleans up and kind of overlaps in that real empty space. And from a psychological standpoint, it's bringing the listener, like it's kind of like they're driving off of a cliff. Instead of it just going out and then straight down and then all of a sudden coming back up, it's a nice arc. So the B happens in that delay throw, and then we've got the rest of the track coming back in.
Like it used to be. I don't wanna go away.
And it just makes that transition a lot smoother. So we can actually do this with music as well. So I've already got this one set up because the setup is exactly the same as what we did for the vocals. I have the delay throw muted right now because I do want you to hear the original and then what I've done with the delay throw. So here's the original. And I think you guys could probably tell exactly what spot I'm going to be doing this in. I'm going to be doing it with this last drum beat here. So we're going to be doing a delay throw on just this. And so I've already got this set up because I did my send automation, but just to give it a little extra characteristic, what I've done is I've also done a little bit of automation on which note. So it's going to go from an 8th note into a 16th note, and I think it gives it a really interesting sound now. I guess it would help if I unmute that. So we get one hit of the 8th note, and then it jumps right to the 16th note. And you can see the automation happen here on the actual plugin. And it helps fill in that gap. So it doesn't just have to be on vocals, it can be on instruments as well. So as I mentioned in the beginning of this section, I am also going to be showing you how to do this in a DAW that doesn't have send automation. It's very simple. You're essentially manually doing what the send automation is. So I'm going to go ahead and open up Audacity, and then we'll take a look at the first song that I did with the vocal track and show you how to do that in a DAW without send automation. All right, so I've got our song loaded up into Audacity, and you can hear the section that we were working with before.
Naturally, like it used to be.
So we're going to be doing the exact same thing with that word be. So let's go ahead and zoom in here. And we're just going to go ahead and grab that word. And we're going to clip it out. We're going to copy it, and we're going to paste it. I'm going to go ahead and move this track up. And one of the things that I do like about Audacity is that I can drag this over, and if I have something already clipped out, it will automatically put a line and let me know that they're lined up exactly. So since I've got this copied out onto a separate track, I'm going to go ahead and select this, and I'm going to silence it. And then I'm going to add some silence to the end here of this, because we want to give it some room to delay out. We're going to go ahead and select both of these, and we're going to render it together. And now what we're going to do is we're going to apply, in Audacity, it's not called delay, it's called echo. But I was playing around with this already, and I found that a decay factor of 5 and a delay time of 5, since it is 120 beats per minute, a delay time of 5 will give us that quarter note. I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. You can see that it added our delay effect. And if we go ahead and hit play on this,
Happen naturally, like it used to be. I don't wanna go.
we have the exact same effect. And this time we did it in a DAW that doesn't have send automation. All right, guys, so that is going to wrap things up for this week's video. If there is anything that you'd like to see as far as mixing or editing techniques, let me know in the comments, or you can get a hold of me on the Sound Effects Guy Discord server. Until next time.